What's going on, y'all? We back with it. Stukongame, episode 4. Man, y'all showing that love and support. Keep me coming. Bringing this hot shit. It's Mr. Tell the Truth himself. Y'all know. Here to let the truth live on. Feel me? And it's crazy because I didn't even think that episode 1 was going to do half of what it did. And the seeing that I'm still getting love, and you know what I mean, it's gradually coming, it's gonna come, you know what I mean? Slowly but surely in. You know, finding my way though, being myself, so it made me happy. And to hear that or to see people feel that game that I'm giving out and can understand and relate to the type of situations, you know, the little bit that I've already discussed and shit. So that shows me like I can touch people the way I need to, or that game won't get there. You know, I had a little iffy feeling about episode 2. That shit made me realize that talking from my heart is just where it comes from. I can't do nothing else. Trying to story tell, and I think it sends the wrong impression because a motherfucker don't really even be here to glorify no type of shit. It's always was trying to give you ism on how to make it through that type of shit. So being real, especially in this type of lifestyle, it's always gonna sound different. And to a person that doesn't really relate to that shit, it's gonna sound foreign. But me and my boy was talking about it. You hear shit out here now that like, this motherfucker's talking about bodies on top of bodies, and niggas getting caught up for murder, like whatever the case may be. You don't really understand it. That goes against everything you be talking about. So I don't really be coming on that type of shit. And storytelling with like shit that I've been through, sometimes I gotta keep it vague. And when I talk from my heart, it's just gonna roll and uncut, and that's the difference. So I can tell shit for what it is. I don't really have to explain it no deeper than that. And the real could feel that. And the ones that don't, it's like you trying to stand on something, but you putting it out there for everybody to know. And the realest shit out there is, you know, the quietest person in the room might be the most gangsters one in there. But your mind starts to expand when you start to like go through life and see that you don't have to pull a trigger to be a real nigga, a man, somebody respectable. Like, you could come from any kind of background and be real, but it all starts with being real with yourself and inside you. And like, I think it's mainly how somebody will look at themselves in the mirror and understand something about themselves and still choose to ignore that type of shit. That don't get you nowhere in the long run. And you know, I've mentioned it before, lying to yourself is the worst thing you can do. So once you can accept the truth about yourself, it sets you free, and you can grow however you need to grow from this shit. But you can't act like it ain't there. And I feel like that's where a lot of conflict comes in with people, because hearing the truth will scare people. It'll make you feel like, damn, what the fuck? But when you real with yourself, it's like, okay, what's the way out of this? How we gonna elevate? How we gonna grow? Like, you ever have somebody do you wrong and then you get at them about the shit and they can't not agree with you, but they sit there and still try to justify this little bullshit that they know is bullshit? Because they hope somebody will see through all that fake ass shit people be putting out there. And, you know, the day your life changes, like real shit, the day you stop giving a fuck what anybody gotta say about you, anybody think about you, and then you just gotta do it for yourself. And when you being real and you being a genuine good person, the real attract to that, and the fake can't be around it because it don't sound foreign to them. And I've been always on some like, I can't be around a motherfucker that you saying one thing, but your actions so different. And you type of motherfucker, you just do things to please other people because they sound cool or because you wanted to fit in. And get the fuck out of here with all that shit. Because there's some good motherfuckers out there that we not talking the same language. And it's mainly because I remember being young, you know, I was a little kid and my mom was always telling me like things about respect. And I saw it young, you don't get that shit just cause. You gotta earn that shit. But you can find yourself in everyday situations where just knowing how to conduct yourself right, it's gonna get you respect somewhere. Because at the end of the day, when it's real, motherfuckers respect it. Man, I'm at work, matter of fact. Old ass, grumpy ass white dude, he be getting that motherfuckers hella sideways. I don't really be feeling that kind of shit. You know what I mean? And my folks that I was working with, they didn't really speak English too well. So he like starts talking to me like, you're stupid, you feel me? And I kind of like, man, fuck this dude. You think he, like, who the fuck you think he better than? But they can't say nothing. So I said something. And I basically start telling them, like, bro, they hear what the fuck you saying, and they smart, bro, they get it. You trying to, you know what I mean? But he's having me translate back and forth, and it's a conversation, but he not getting it, like they not children, they not illiterate. It's just, you want things done a certain way, and you looking down on somebody because of something you think that's wrong with them, whatever, right? But, you know, just that day I started noticing little shit about him, like, man, bro, that's hella unprofessional. Just little shit, you know, and they started getting to me. He really started talking to motherfuckers like he just runs the show and ain't nobody gonna say nothing to him. And I'm trying to get his attention about something. I said his name 3 times. He didn't make no eye contact with me, nor did he acknowledge what I was saying. When he the one that told me to come meet him in a certain spot at a certain time, and I held my end of the deal, was there a minute early. It wasn't like I was far anyways. Just for him to ignore me, right? So then I started getting at him like, hey, bro, like, you not making no sense. You telling me to do one thing, and then you bring us somewhere else, and then I just asked you a question, and now you're contradicting everything you just said and get mad at me for it. Like, I'm just trying to understand what the fuck you're telling me. You know what I mean? And he heard me, though. He started getting at me just differently after that. And I just started showing him, like, bro, I'm more than what the fuck you think I am. But I'm representing for these motherfuckers, too, though. Like, man, fuck you, bro. You ain't better than us. Fuck who you are, you know what I'm saying? But I started doing my job, though. Started getting respect around there, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't take that. And you ain't finna get at them like that. They might not say nothing, but shit, I'm gonna say something for myself. I'm gonna let you know they hear you, though. But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you was willing to take that. I'm not. Because I don't give a fuck who you are, what it is. Like, don't let nobody disrespect you in a way make you feel uncomfortable. And come genuine with some shit, you stand on something. And like, one thing I was realizing that make me hella mad is that sometimes you get judged by the way you look, but the person judging you might be like hella faker than you. Or maybe not even the word fake should be to using, but like just don't carry themselves in a way that's respectable. But a lot of people can't hear that type of shit, though. You know what I mean? It's like when you young, man, you always think, oh, bro, just talking shit. I don't even want to hear it, bro. Hey, but sometimes if you hear through the shit, like peep the game, though, and really read between the lines, you see like, okay, bro, saying some real shit. You might not feel it because you can't tell yourself the truth. What the fuck that got to do with me, though? You know what I mean? And this podcast be showing me a lot because it's like, I get input from my nigga and we talk, we chop up game, and I just come up like, it just come naturally to me. But like when he tell me something he didn't like, or I can understand where he come from, like looking from outside of my perspective, and like, okay, what he's saying is real though. I get mad about the shit. Because I know that he ain't gonna let somebody laugh at me, or he ain't gonna let me fail, or he ain't gonna tell me it's good so I can walk into a situation blind instead of bettering myself with it. And that's what's crazy though, because like I mentioned before, you start telling the truth, you watch how motherfuckers just distance themselves from you. Oh, he talking too real. I can't, because fake can't. You can fake it for as long as you can, man. But one day, like that shit don't. It ain't nothing to run from. And then, like I said, man, the loudest motherfucker probably the one that. Come on, bro. Sometimes you look at the shit like, I don't even fuck how much money you got. I don't even fuck what you in possession of, who you with, how you ride. I don't fuck about none of that shit. You don't have to stand on morals, principles, and ain't got like no respectable name to carry around. What the fuck is you doing around me? And people really seen that, and then it's crazy because you see people from like different type of lifestyles or environments and be peeping shit out like, damn, but you hella fake, or like, man, what type of shit your partner? Like, come on, bro, you better than that type of shit. But it's like I said, it always starts with being real with yourself. I'm learning to understand this type of shit on like a deep ass level though. Because it could be something as simple as you just needing to grow up from being a teenager to an adult. And just overcoming life obstacles, and like that shit get you a far ass way when you can take shit for what it is. But I feel like the situations that sometimes what we've been through and what I've seen on my end of the shit, like I get looked down on for being the way I am, but at the end of the day, I'm only doing what's right, what's supposed to be done and shit. And it'd be crazy though, cause if you fall out with somebody and you getting at somebody else about the situation, third party mutual person that know them though, they gonna sit there and be like on some fuck ass shit, like get over it, bruh's a good dude, and save all that. So let me ask you this though, if somebody else would have put you in that same exact situation, you telling me you would let this shit slide, or you will be okay with whatever the fuck it was? Man, if you can't tell me yeah, then anything else is irrelevant. Fuck out of here with that shit. But people don't really like understand what the truth really be meaning. There's people that will like stand on a lot of shit because it means something to them. But like looking deeply into it, like their heart was probably just in a good ass place. You was just on some old bitch ass shit. You know what I mean? But coming up and you trying to chase your dreams, that'll bring that out of you a lot. And it'd be crazy because the more you find yourself, the more like your eyes open up and to be like, okay, like it's okay to be go through uncomfortable changes, or it's okay to accept this, or it's okay to like just be you, but Real talk. That you stop giving a fuck what these fuck ass motherfuckers think. Like you get somewhere, man. It be real. I know this good ass dude, right? His name was Rob. OG black dude from Vallejo. I was in prison with this dude. And he'd always tell me little shit, but he could tell I'd be talking that real shit. So he used to politic with me early in the morning. He was his yard cruiser. We used to sit a little coffee in the morning. He'll give me the 401 on what's happening out there, where the cops was at, all this shit, right? I remember we talking about something one time, and he started telling me a little bit about the situation, and he starts getting at me like, I didn't even really do this shit. I said, for real? He's like, yeah, bro, they ain't mean life without. And I ran into the dude in county that actually did it. And he told me he would have took the blame for me. But I told him, nah, it's good, you won't have to do that. And I look at it thinking in my head like, why? You know what I mean? But I hear him out and he's like, bro, straight up, we two black dudes walking in that courtroom. Whether I did it or not, I could prove that. But we both walk in and we both ain't walking out. So instead of both of us getting life, I just chancing myself. Basically making it saying that to go in there together, it's a bad situation y'all both won't walk out of. So why do that to two people? I could just do it to myself. But win, lose, or draw, like, I stood on that. You know what I mean? Your name, your word, it was good. Just to never hear from that person again. He said after he got out that time, and to a real motherfucker, you just gonna hear that and be like, okay, well, he just did what he had to. Yeah, because that's what's expected of it. You don't really get no brownie points for the type shit, but what the fuck's to say about that dude? Like, damn, my man just put himself in this situation for me, and I'm just never gonna talk to him again. But he ain't do it really for him. He did it for the respect on his name, how he could carry himself, morals and beliefs that he had. For somebody like that. And I don't know, so I can't say for sure, but I mean, put yourself in them shoes, sacrificing a lot for somebody, and then they slap you in the face. But then you think back on it after, like, okay, well, they did do this. I remember the one time I got mad about that, and then this, and whatever. I mean, who's really to blame? So easy to get mad at somebody else and be like, oh, they could have done this and they didn't do that. Okay, but look at what you was doing wrong too. Cause like I really know myself. If you ever really fucked me over, like I would never, why would I let you do that again? I couldn't do it. For what? It doesn't even make sense. It's like people will lie to themselves and be okay, they might have learned or whatever, but like if they made a mistake on their own and you trying to help them see that and they make it, that's a whole nother situation. But if they fuck you over and expecting you to just be okay with it when you catch on to some more fake ass shit, then what they mad at you for? Because if somebody that did that to them, they felt the same way and expected you to have a back about it. But would have really sat there and did that? Why the fuck would you put yourself in them shoes again? Because you was lying to yourself. That's what, like, people don't really be understanding how much it's just say it like it is. Don't lie about the shit. It really gets you further in life. And just being young and surrounding myself with the type of people that I did, I really saw that. Like, I didn't have to lie about nothing. For what? I've just always, when I was a kid, my mom would always tell me, you don't feel safe somewhere comfortable, like, get out of there. And I'd always peep game, and you know, as I got older and even like going to jail really put me on my pivot, but I've always been an observer of, okay, what's going on around me? What is this person doing? What is this person saying? How is this person acting? And just really paying attention to shit. Because it's crazy. Sometimes you can call it like, I bet you put this person in this situation, I would guarantee this how they act. And then one day it happens. Then it's like, damn, I was hoping you showed me wrong, but I should have known better. But who can you be mad at? Yourself, even putting yourself in them shoes. And that could be any type of situation in life. Don't matter about it if it had never happened again. It's the fact that it happened once. That's where you stand on it. It was crazy. I got this cup, 2017 maybe, or late 16. I don't really remember. County jail though. And it's crazy how something as simple as that can tell a story about having to stand on shit. Because I remember the time we going through a hunger strike, trying to get something we knew we deserved. And that was all I had. Telling yourself, like, I ain't gonna eat. And you could be a coward and just like hide it and eat all you want, but like at the end of the day, I didn't lie to myself, and I had that integrity. Like, bro, I'm gonna rock with my people, because that's how I'm coming with it. I don't care about what the next man really did. Like, I swear to God, I had this cup in my hand for like half the day, drinking water. All I really had was like Jolly Ranchers and shit. Like, thugged it out for as long as I could. But with a cup in my motherfucking hand, like, nigga, that's it. I got myself, and you know, we dug it. I might have got a badass car accident. My hand was stuck like this, but that's how I healed myself, walking around with this motherfucking cup. And no one was gonna help me. I was gonna figure a way out. Sitting in an environment where I ain't have shit. Because I know how to accept life and reality, you know what I mean? Listen to situations and just, I got through everything. Never relying on myself, and that, like, being there, like, really showed me how to be comfortable. It's weird, like, if they feel you, they feel you. If they don't, they don't, and it don't matter. But do you, and you will get somewhere and attract those that need to be around you. And if a motherfucker not, then fuck them. Not everybody gonna like you, but not everybody gonna hate you either. And sometimes it's crazy because like the most randomest person will show you some type of support and be like, damn, I know like 6 people that I genuinely thought would have did that and didn't. And it could be something hella random that'll show you some shit like that, but like when somebody really got your back, they really show you. And you able to respect them and y'all get somewhere with everybody just, whether they like you or not, they gotta salute it. Cause either way, I'm tipping my hat to a real nigga, you feel me? If you getting somewhere and you doing what you gotta do and you achieving goals, like, I ain't mad at you. But a lot of people won't feel that. But you tell the truth, man, like I said, it's gonna, these are the ones in your life that don't need to be the right up out of it. So that's how I'm coming with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I really enjoy making these videos. Sometimes it just be like a way to vent, but you could hear the sincerity in it. And just do everything you gotta do, man. You get yourself somewhere, no matter where you stuck at, and be a respectable person. Even if you gotta get it in the trenches to make it about the trenches. Carry yourself with that good name. See how far it'll get you. Look people in their eyes, really shake hands, and you're just networking. The game will always love you, man. The game God bless you. I done got blessed a million times before I went to jail and a million times after that. Nah, I can't say all that, but you know what I mean. Game God throw you a few bombs, you feel me? And it's crazy because I found myself saying that shit nowadays. And it's in a whole nother way that I would have never been like appreciative of. But lying to myself, thinking shit mattered that really didn't matter. And the way I was carrying myself about it, probably put myself a lot further than I did. I remember one time I was sitting in the cell when I was with my brody Doughboy. I remember he started telling me, he's like, bro, if you applied yourself like this to other shit, could he probably have made it out there? I was like, damn, could he? I should've. I wasn't living wrong. I was just doing wrong, you know what I mean? But I always had that. I was smart, you know what I mean? In my own way. But being young, like, the circle wasn't hella big. But, like, it's real life. It just gets smaller and smaller, no matter what. And it's crazy, because I think back on the conversation, I was like 15. No, I was like 14 maybe, 14, 15 years old. And we was on the block one time, we stand in front of my partner house, and the homie starts getting at me about like shit that I was seeing in life. And he calling it like, you know, some people gonna do this to you, fall out with them. Some people gonna do this. Some people die, feel me? Some people go to jail. Some people don't come out of jail good. Like, just all kinds of shit, right? And it's crazy because everything that he said I would experience, I pretty much did. And like a little bit before I went to jail, I had the same conversation with one of the little homies one time. We was chilling, chopping game, and we politicking, whatever. And I'm telling them some real shit though, because I seen it. And all my life, he wrote me a letter one time and said, damn, brother, like, I hella miss you guys out here. It wasn't the same. And he telling me in the letter, like, well, I remember you told me this, and that, bro. And it's crazy. Like, I see it now. And he made his way, you know what I mean? He's doing cool, and if he ain't around like that, like, well, I'll still tip my hat to him. Because he ain't never did me wrong, and I can't say nothing bad about him. It don't gotta be on an everyday basis, but that's a real one in my book. And like, it's just a real circle of life, and people don't understand that. You mold things the way they're supposed to be, whether you realize it or not. So when you just be real about it all, sometimes you hear some game that somebody gave you, like, sometimes there's some real shit in it. And it's crazy because the person that personally told me that, I really don't talk to him anymore. And it ain't even really that I got hard feelings about the person, but you left my mans hanging in a situation to where I couldn't respect that. Because I know he wouldn't have done that to you. Know that. But there's, okay, I know you might do that to me. Like, yeah, that's out. But either way, you left my mans hanging. And I ain't feeling that. But like I said, that's some type of shit some motherfucker might get over one day and be like, oh, well, nah, bro. Did it once, fuck him. But and that might sound scary, thinking like, damn, bro, I want to cut some people off. But at the end of the day, like, you doing it for the betterment of yourself. And it's crazy because I be talking this real ass shit. And someone had a dream about me the other day and reached out like, well, I think you should be careful, whatever. And I looked into what they were saying, whatever. And it's crazy because I come across a definition on Google talking about, or like, that if you seen somebody laughing in your dream, like, regardless of who it is, you mean like it's fake people in your circle and people that don't want good for you and whoop whoop. And like, when I seen that shit, I'm like, that's crazy to me find myself in this where I can explain that to somebody. And just like other little things that I was reading, but I sincerely expressed myself like, if this hit home to you in any way, I would really look at your circle. You'll get further. You know what I mean? Like, you really will. But accept the shit you might not want to. But I didn't want to accept it when my homie died. You know what I mean? Stood on that type shit, like, we ain't, and then just let shit slide, be forgotten about it, and just, I don't know. It'd be crazy. You come across motherfuckers that just, I ain't even saying you gotta be fucking all macho killer or whatever, cause sometimes motherfuckers don't even go out like that. But keeping somebody's name alive for me, son, in any way. And just pay attention to the environment that you really be in, and you'll see like, okay, these good people, those good people, you motherfuckers be standing on shit. Cause your whole card can get publicly pulled, you feel me? And be the victim of that shit. And then just have people be able to say that, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, bro wasn't about that, or he ain't do it, or which is whatever. It's just like, you know what I mean? Because y'all can preach what you want to. And it all sound good and whatever it is, nigga, but whether it's what you show the world or what you show your friends, just whatever, like whatever you doing, it ain't matching what you saying, like, yeah, Cuddy. You know what I mean? Because I be real with myself. But I really hope that this game is in your ear, man, and it help in it. It shows that a genuine person can come out of that type of environment and give you something useful. Not everybody's a bad person. I wasn't even really sure when I was gonna record this video, but somebody really like tried to get at my gangster earlier, like I was some type of sucking. And then get mad at me because I just told him what was right. Told himself to put himself in my shoes and how he would feel, and he couldn't say he'd feel different. Well, I'm a bad person. Nah, Cuddy, you just trying to lie to yourself, my nigga. And it ain't got nothing to do with me. That shit gets deep. But I tell it like it is. So if you finding your way out there, or you already have and can agree with it, like, man, you just trying to let the young know, just be yourself, man. Fuck all that fitness shit. Let the motherfuckers fit in. Motherfuckers are the ones that, you know what I mean? Still talking about trying to get somewhere instead of doing it. Put yourself around them people and y'all can and will do it. Real talk. Stukongame. Episode 4, man. If y'all haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Let me know some feedback. Really get at me. Yeah. Salute to the real. Y'all be smooth.